Welcome to Final Thoughts Podcast, brought to you by CrossfaderLA.com, blending culture and creativity. Creativity.
One.
What do you think the circadian rhythm is?
What are you doing?
Oh wait, I can't think of. What do you think the circadian rhythm is? That's how we started the podcast.
That's the Drake song.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, you said.
Right.
Are we clapping? Or are we good? I don't know. Are we starting?
We already clapped. We already clapped.
You can start.
All right.
We can include Jeremiah
good?
bringing up Drake.
All right. I mean, that's his favorite artist, so I mean, he wants to bring him up every single episode. All right, guys, welcome to Final Thoughts Podcast. I am Father, better known as Mario. Next to me on this side is Jonathan, and next to me on that side is Jeremiah.
Yep.
And we are here to talk about the latest and greatest album that dropped last week, and that album is BigSean, and it is called
Better Me Than You.
Better Me Than You.
Or is it Better You Than Me?
That's a word. Well, you gotta call the right name, bro.
You know, now that I said it out loud, I don't see if I read it the first time or not. Better Me Than You. So
Better Me Than You.
Yeah.
That's what I always say to you guys. So Better Me Than You. We want to welcome you guys to Final Thoughts Podcast. As we always do every episode, we talk about the latest news. We talk about a single that we've all individually selected, and then we dive into the album. So we're going to start it off with the news, and I will let Jonathan go first this time.
News. All right, so my news article today, or my news story today, is about BigSean's album that we're going to be talking about and reviewing today. So this week, I'm going to talk about BigSean's album sales. The album came out last week. We're reviewing it a little bit late, but album sales are projected for this album already, and it's looking like it's going to be selling about 25K units, and that is the lowest for BigSean's career. It's pretty low, generally speaking, but for him, I don't think that's what he was looking for. Out of all the albums he's released, it's going to be the only one that doesn't appear to be like it's going to be in the top 3 on Billboard's top 200. So that's unfortunate, but I feel like there's a bigger picture here, which is that this year album sales have not been very good for the hip-hop genre. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's an underlying cause that is, I don't know if there's an underlying cause that would explain why album sales have been a little bit low this year for hip-hop.
I mean, there is the up in the rim of how do I try to phrase this? Racism, I feel like, is back in. It's not popular again, but I feel like it's more acceptable again.
You think racism is the reason why Big Sean
If you
sold
were one
25K?
person, no.
You know, it's when DJ Mustard said that the album sales were white supremacy, we clowned on him. So I'm gonna have to clown him for this one.
Here's the thing. I stand by him saying that, right? But I said specifically that only calling it out when your album sales are bad, no one that's clown behavior. But I'm saying if there's more naturally a trend of a specific genre with other genres suffering in album sales, and that genre specifically is associated with our culture of suffers from racism. That's all I'm saying.
As much as I'd love to agree with you, I'm gonna disagree because Travis Scott just sold like 346 or something. He was like 5K behind Sabrina Carpenter. So like, hey, Sabrina Carpenter's hot right now, and her album's actually new. And Travis Scott's was a re-release of a mixtape. So the fact that he was able to pull that much, I think it speaks more to the fact that hip hop's getting. If you were to ask me, I think we're just getting a little bit stale with it. I think there was a formula that worked, and now we gotta change the formula, and people don't want to be the first person to try to innovate in the genre.
How much did? What was her name?
Sabrina Carpenter.
The person we covered back in season 1, she had. Was it Rhapsody?
I believe Rhapsody.
Was it Rhapsody? Yeah.
No idea what Rhapsody's album sales were. What do you think I am, Billboard?
Yeah.
No, I can tell you.
I
cannot tell you what her album sales were.
No, I feel like you listen to like artists who have been innovating in their sound.
You think Rhapsody innovated?
I think so. I mean, what are we really good? We used to hear reliving at Rhapsody's album.
Okay.
I remember. I gave it like 4.5. Remember?
But innovation's that album was innovative in its subject matter. It was not innovative in its sound.
I hear you and I get that, but I think I disagree slightly. I think it is not like the. That's a good ahead here. I feel like BigSean's albums is an example of kind of like you said, the formula for hip hop. I would say. I think his albums are pretty much kind of, I would say it's formulaic, sonic wise, against later. But I feel like rap job, but I would not call it from like that same way. You know, it's like sound wise.
Even though Kanye and what's his name? Not YG, Ty Dolla
Yeah, Ty Dolla
Sign. Even though their album sales were not as significant as their previous bodies of work, I still think they had decent sales. I don't think they were in the low 20s. I think they were much higher, maybe in the hundreds or somewhere at that standard. So I don't know. That would kind of counter what you were saying about racism, especially if you think about Kanye and his anti.
I thought Kanye specifically was actually pretty lower than 100 though. Maybe I reckon around about that.
I mean, I think they were lower than previous, but I believe they're definitely higher than Big Sean's.
Sure.
Kanye sold more than Big
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm not we all agree, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, hey, I think it's a ongoing debate we'll have as weeks go on. We see more albums come out, we'll see more sales. If Kendrick comes out under sales, I'm not back to it though. I'm not like if Kendrick comes out.
I mean, Kendrick's just a little boring sometimes. If Not Like Us isn't on that track list, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't sell.
We know for a damn fact it's in that track list though.
It might not be.
It's still going to be on that track list.
That'd be kind of sad.
Not Like Us lost to Post Malone's song.
Actually, hey, next news story. Not Like Us lost Song of the Summer to Post Malone's new song.
That
is racist.
That one was silly.
That one is racist.
That was a little silly.
Because we would agree that was racism actually. No way. There's no way. Song of the Summer?
But what are you basing it off? Are you saying only white people vote? Or what? I don't get it.
I'm saying that I'm saying.
I feel like all this got to be edited.
No, I'm talking about it for a reason. I'm not talking about it to be edited out. I stand by it. Here's the thing, right? I feel like, obviously, I don't know the voting body, right? But in the same way that Macklemore's album back in the day won over Pimp a Butterfly, and everyone thought that was wild, including Macklemore himself, I feel like there's a history of. I don't know how to phrase this. Of black people not getting their at the wrong album.
I don't think Pimp a Butterfly was the same year as Macklemore.
What album that had?
I think that year was Good Kid, Mad City. Nothing was the same.
Which is
Macklemore and 3000.
Okay.
Childish Gambino.
Good Kid, Mad City is worse. Who has that's
I'm not saying it isn't. I think you have the wrong album.
You're right.
But I mean, okay, I understand.
Basically, I'm using that same that same. Okay, this has happened before. We've seen it happen before. Could they believe what's happening here with this, right?
No, I mean, I'm right now. I'm going to wholeheartedly 100% disagree with you because it's based on streaming or sales, right? And I don't know. I can't equate numbers versus people's feelings, right? I can't. That doesn't compute. At least it sounds illogical to me. So you're saying that only X people streaming and sales is what's calculated versus us, the minority group, our streaming and our sales don't count or are going towards the artist. So I don't quite get it, to be honest.
You don't get the idea that there would be something built into a system to disenfranchise a minority group?
I mean, that's just as clearly saying that there's voting fraud and that 46, 45?
What are you saying?
45, you know, all the lies about the voting and shit. You
Donald
know.
Trump, 45?
Yeah.
Wait, what is so you're equating me saying that there are institutional barriers to success for minority groups to saying that people saying that Donald Trump lost the election was stolen. Is that what you're saying right now?
Yes.
That's wild, actually.
I mean, to be fair,
no, that's
in Father's defense,
Okay.
you're just what you're saying is based off your hunch.
I'm saying it's possible. I'm getting hit with it's just like saying Donald Trump stole the election. And I'm like, there's not. No.
He thought it was possible. I mean, damn.
No, absolutely
You don't know what to say.
No, absolutely not. No, because listen, it's more like pointing out the fact that in Georgia, lots of voters had their votes just either not counted or were gerrymandered away from having their votes represented in the electoral body, and thus they did not win the state what they otherwise would have won. Like, technically, all the numbers were there, but the way that it was organized meant that the minority groups were not able to use them most effectively, and who decided that?
What if the numbers are there for Post Malone? What if the numbers are there for Post Malone's song?
Yeah, you said numbers.
Yes, I said the word numbers. That I did. Yes, you're right, brother.
He just vindicated it. He just vindicated his whole point.
You're right. I
He just
did
vindicated his whole
say. I
point.
did say the word numbers. You got
He
me.
vindicated his whole
Oh
point.
no.
Yes. Wow.
All I'm saying is, I'm gonna say to mine is, if you're gonna come on and say, you know what, Billboard, you guys gave #1 to Post Malone over Kendrick Lamar, and I believe that was in some part because of racism.
Yeah.
You need something to back that up, other than just I feel that.
Historically,
Oh
historically,
my God.
the history of our entire country is based off of racism. What do you mean?
So the slaves couldn't afford streaming or to buy.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god!
So,
Oh my god!
therefore,
Oh
it's
my
a
fucking
form of
god!
racism.
What's the next news story? It's fucking.
Lord.
It's mine. Hey, speaking of white people, Adele's taking a hiatus from music.
This is.
Adele's taking hiatus
What kind of rendition is
after her most recent Las Vegas residency. She's taking a hiatus from music to focus on other projects.
Couldn't have said speaking of musicians.
Nope. And Adele, incredibly talented, so it's gonna be a shame to lose her in her continued musical silence. But I'm glad that she is focusing on herself, on her health, and furthering her own creative vision. I would want her to feel stuck into the same thing for years and years and years. So I'm glad that she's taking this time to say, hey, I've made my mark, I've done my time, I'm taking a break. If she comes back, great, we'll be happy to hear her, and if not, we'll have hits from her for years to come still.
So wait, you just spent 10-15 minutes going on this rant about racism and
Sure.
sales,
Yeah.
and yet your news article, of all the articles you could have picked, you picked one about a Caucasian woman retiring to do self-care.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we're on
Do
the same
you
page.
know what nuance is, or like
I'm just
do I
saying.
need to just?
You heard that Post Malone song? I heard it's a really good song.
I agree. I like it. I don't know. That was a weird. That's a weird transition. I'll leave it at that. But here at Vinyl Podcast, we love everyone. Spread love.
respect everyone's
Yes,
opinion.
it's love. Yeah, yes, right,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love Adele. That's what I was just saying. Apparently, that is people would be saying that racism exists in this country. Apparently, those two things can't coexist.
What is Billboard? I just don't get why. If you were to just sit here and say, "Man, there's racism in America," I could sit here and agree with you.
Yeah.
But why are you dragging Billboard into it? What did Billboard do?
Yes.
I was bringing up the possibility that the fact that racism exists in multiple levels of our country could have influenced the fact that the most popular song of the summer did not in fact go to the most popular song of the summer.
What? That is your opinion.
But again, possibility means I'm also saying that could have got nothing to do with it at all. I'm not saying definitively that it was racism.
Why are you just barging Billboard on here? What did Billboard ever do to you? What did Billboard ever do to you, man?
I'm laying out.
Your girl Sabrina Carpenter got #1, and this how you're paying them? This is messed up. This is messed up. Billboard, he apologizes.
I ain't saying shit. My address is Inglewood, California.
Damn.
He's almost like you see you're right about him.
All right, Father, what's the news story?
I don't even know how to go into my news.
I don't know either.
We're gonna. I'm gonna co-sign with him on Big Sean's.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Good call.
Sales because.
I'm just saying, in 10 years from now, when the expose comes out, because it will come out about this, I'm gonna be like, man, we clowned Jeremiah for weeks about this.
You heard it here first on the Final Thoughts podcast. You heard it here first.
Ooh, man. Who's editing this week?
I'm editing, so I can keep all this in word for word, bar for bar, beat for beat. Anyway.
Billboard, you do a great job tracking numbers. I go and look at your numbers every time an album releases. I think you guys put up the most accurate takes. So yeah, I found Billboard one time.
Okay.
I'm at a loss for words right now, so.
I mean, hey, you had the last news story, so.
No, like my news story is going to be album sales, because that's what it originally was. And after that discussion, I don't want to transition into what I'll pick it up at the end. How about that?
Good call.
I'll discuss my news story at the very end of the podcast. So from here, we'll transition into our what's it called? Single seconds? Is that what we call it now?
Yeah.
Single seconds. bells ring and all that good stuff. I'll start with my single since I didn't really talk about news articles yet. The single that I picked is Murdergram Duo, whatever, I don't know how you say it. But basically it's Murdergram 2 and it's LL Cool J and Eminem. It's D-E-U-X.
Oh, okay.
That's how you say it.
Deuce.
Deuce?
Yeah, it's Deuce. No?
Dose.
Dose? It is Dose? Oh, that's the first time?
It's French.
You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that.
So there you go, Murdergram Dose. And it's LL Cool J and Eminem on the track, and it's produced by Q-Tip. And it's a pretty good track. LL Cool J, old school guy, that's been around for a very long time, since pretty much the inception of hip hop. And to hear him spitting on this track and delivering and holding his own with someone like Eminem is pretty good. They trade bars, and they're both going bar for bar, and it sounds pretty damn good.
Isn't LL Cool J the guy 50 Cent bullied?
No.
Is that where you know him from?
No.
Who bullied LL Cool J? Did he lose a rap beef really badly?
It wasn't LL Cool J. It was Cannabis.
No.
LL Cool J. I mean, the only person that really battled Cannabis was LL Cool J, not 50 Cent.
No way.
We got a fact check?
I feel like somebody like completely bullied LL Cool J in regards to rap.
Recently?
No, long time ago. I think I know who I'm getting him mixed up with actually.
Oh, really?
I think I'm getting him mixed up with Ja Rule.
Yes.
I'm getting him mixed up with Ja Rule.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm getting him mixed up with Ja Rule. My bad, LL Cool J. That's on me. That's on me.
John, that's reference.
I mean,
That's
LL
on
Cool
me.
J is, rapper, actor, freaking MMA fighter and shit.
My bad, LL Cool J. I was unfamiliar with your game. That's on me.
Yeah.
So do some research.
I should. That's on me.
Yeah.
No, just for you, LL Cool J. What's this album? What album we got for LL Cool J?
We have a radio. We have Rock the Bells. We have a ton
Rock
of
the Bells? I'm listening to Rock the Bells this Christmas.
Wait, these are Christmas songs?
It sounds like it.
He does. Somewhere. I'm sure if we go through all his catalog.
It's Rock the Bells of Christmas.
It is not.
Okay.
It is not.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna give Rock the Bells a shot this year.
Oh yeah, there you go. All right, so go ahead with your single.
I got like singles this week because the single that came out most recently is A$AP Rocky, Taylor Swift. It is just kind of him spitting for about 3 minutes. The most notable thing about Taylor Swift to me is A, that it leaked so people had already heard it, but B, the music video is just like a fever dream. And it's a fever dream that he did all with actors, and he shot it on site in Ukraine. It's an insane music video.
In Ukraine?
Yeah, in Ukraine. It's shot in Ukraine in 2021, I believe. It's a crazy video. Definitely recommend you go ahead and watch it. The song's cool, but that song isn't the song from A$AP Rocky that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the A$AP Rocky song "Hijack." It came out a little bit earlier than Taylor Swift. You know, A$AP Rocky's doing his album rollout right now, and "Hijack" is a certified hit. You guys gotta go listen to that one. You know, he's being braggadocious, having a good time. He does, from my perspective, diss Drake. I don't even think it's my perspective. He directly references For All the Dogs. He talks about people trying to take his wife, and we all know Drake still loves Rihanna. So, you know, he's spitting hard, he's dissing Drake, and he's hitting all the checkbox I gotta get for my Vinyl Thoughts single. So, shout out to A$AP Rocky. I'm excited for this album to drop.
And so what this is our 5th or 6th consecutive week where someone has dissed Drake? Or
can we keep it going?
Yeah,
We can get to 7.
I'm pretty confident we can.
Yeah. Drake's really getting it.
From all angles.
I bet you, it's 9:43. I bet you there's a new song that dropped tonight that I could go find that this is Drake.
Without a doubt. I saw that they did add the 100 gigs to DSPs.
But they took off one of the songs. Oh, did you remember? That's a whole other news story.
What happened?
Blue, Green, Red, or I think it's called. Everyone's least favorite song on the 100 gigs got taken off streaming. And at first I thought because no one liked it. He released it without playing the sample. He just kind of went like, he just kind of thought he could get away with it.
And Jamaican artist.
He had to, yes, he had to take the song down.
See, this is why Eminem's left, but I just think for future Drake projects, I await his next full produced album that he feels confident putting on our feet. You know,
maybe album sales are down for because Drake isn't out here spinning on everyone's album.
That doesn't work because we said the other guy was something well.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. So it's gonna really work, right?
Travis Scott's a hitmaker in hip hop right now.
Yeah,
there you go.
So
yeah, it's like whatever he touches. Like the best song on Mustard album was the one with
Travis Scott. I didn't.
Parking Lot.
The more we listen to Travis Scott, the more I realize that he is on the top of his game.
Yeah. Good job, Travis Scott.
All right, so let's go to your single of the week.
Right. My single of the week is a song by. What was that? Yeah, what's going on, guys?
What's the song? It's a song.
It's a song by Lizzie McAlpine.
Stay with your eyes closed.
A song by Lizzie McAlpine called "Come Down Soon," and specifically, it was one of Spotify's outdoor sessions recorded, so they kind of have the artist record.
So it's live.
It's not live, but it is a recording of someone like outside. I don't know, but like it's not live though. It's not like a
Like at the park.
something like that. Yeah, something akin to that. Yes.
At a festival.
So live.
No, but not from the audience though. It's like Spotify has like that recording.
So just outdoor in nature? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Spotify, if you need some ideas, hit me up. This one isn't good. Like we can do better than recording in the forest, okay?
Recording in the closet was a hit though.
Yeah, because there's good sound quality when you record in the
acoustics
closet.
when you record in the closet.
But the acoustics in the forest, though, when you're gonna hear the crickets and the frogs. I thought you childish recorded in the forest with that.
Bando
was recorded in the forest.
That was pretty good.
That's fair.
Hey, when is that album movie could drop?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go see him in concert. I'll ask him for you.
Hey Google,
There's no date.
when does Bando come out?
I didn't understand.
Here's the definition of bathtub. Anything installed in a bathroom in which the baby
Anyway, this song by Lizzie McAlpine is
Alpine?
It's
Her name is something Alpine?
Lizzie McAlpine.
Like Alpine?
Yeah.
And she recorded in the forest?
Uh-huh.
And has she been around before? I mean, is she a new artist or she have previous?
I'm sure it's
artwork?
previous work from like as early as like 2022, 2023.
Okay, the name sounds a little familiar. When I ask.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like an Ice Spice song in the Bronx.
Sorry, that's it. Back to news. Ice Spice news. Ice Spice is slowly getting like social media like
Backlash.
yeah.
And I forgot what
What did Ice
she
Spice do?
Something about her being mean to one of her friends on social media and it coming out. It was
Ice
or
Spice.
being to one of her friends
Spice.
during a tour.
Ice Spice is fumbling the bag
Yeah.
right now.
So like I just people that I can other stuff just really kind of snowballed.
Ice, if you're listening right now, you just gotta drop a classic. You just need one classic album and you can save it. You can save hip-hop this year. You can be the hip-hop album that we all needed this year. This is on you.
If Meg Thee Stallion couldn't do it, do we? I mean, we should. Yeah, that's done. We should pretty good like set of songs.
Yes.
together.
Okay.
Right. We all agree.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say she saves hip hop this year.
Oh, but could you imagine Ice Spice back against the wall, career on the line, out there in the Bronx looking for motivation? This could be it. This could be what hip hop needs right now.
Let me ask,
Kamala Harris wins and Ice Spice drops, bro. We're set.
let me ask you guys this: what do you guys think is the best album this year, regardless of genre?
You're not with my answer.
In your
You're not with my
opinion.
answer.
I mean, you're gonna say Sabrina
Epic the
Carpenter.
Musical?
I super am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get that shit tattooed on your back.
Oh,
I listened to the album and like it is just well made music that's fun to listen to. Unfortunately.
This guy's ranting about racism, but yeah, he's talking about Adele.
You know what? You know what? Okay, fucking fine. Fucking not. Fucking fine. You know what my other answer is? That Lupe
Chanel
Fiasco.
Rupert.
No. Another answer
Chanel
is.
Roy.
My other answer is. that Lupe Fiasco album gave like a tune to earlier this year.
What?
Remember the Lupe Fiasco album?
That was your. So wait.
Do you think that's the best album?
Like in your music universe, you got
Don't cover
Sabrina
your mouth.
Carpenter.
Don't cover your mouth. Don't do
You
that.
got your Sabrina Carpenter as number one.
Yeah.
And then when you remove that, I guess it's Lupe.
Yeah.
You guess it's Lupe.
I stand by. I mean, like.
I think Lupe would be highly offended right now. At what's going on?
No, it's not Big Sean. It's like Big Sean's not better than Big Sean.
I think Lupe would be highly offended just by the fact that you're saying, "Oh, I like Sabrina Carpenter," but I guess I'm not her. It'd be that really bad Lupe album. Like I think Lupe would be a little.
No, it's really bad. Look,
You gave it a 2?
No, I did not give it a 2.
We gave it a 2.
Yeah, and I think you're. I think you're both wrong about that.
He's always been a Lupe fan, but
Yes, I have
but
been.
still though, he's right. I mean, you go from Sabrina to Lupe. That's a huge contrast.
I have very tasty music. I'm sorry for that. It was a crime.
And you don't like Drake?
Nah, fuck really. Fucking hate Drake. And I do say bad as well.
You don't like Drake. You don't like Future. Maybe you're the reason Post Malone won.
Damn, maybe Anna's the reason.
Yeah, maybe you are the reason Post Malone got song of the summer.
Yeah, you know, maybe it's on me.
It's on you, dog.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to reflect, you know. Except Post Malone's song is country.
It is. No, there's no doubt about that. I don't even think
So,
I have a confession, guys.
what?
I haven't heard the Post Malone song. Not a single time. I didn't even know it existed until I got song of the summer.
You know what?
But that's what I'm saying.
I like it, and you know that's not my genre, but actually I like what he did. Anyway.
Sorry, I got us off track. I totally did. But my song is the God Plans come down soon.
I think it's my favorite best
Okay.
album of the year. I got.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. But
Bando in the Stone World.
listening to Bando live was actually a pretty fun experience. I think we all agree.
Gina, what's your album of the year?
Brad.
I like that. That's a great answer, Brad. That's,
Is that Charlie X?
yes, that's actually a really good answer. That should have been all our answers.
Brad,
Yeah, you had like dude. 360 is crazy.
I haven't heard you. I haven't heard the whole album.
Oh man, Brad is a crazy album. Brad is a good album. Brad,
Okay, what about song? What would be your favorite song?
No, it would be. No, actually, it would probably be Euphoria.
Euphoria?
Yeah.
Wait, this track.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
I set you up for that. I thought you were going to say something Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, I
I
know.
really thought you were.
But
Espresso.
besides that, it is expressive. Like that's what's not it. Yeah, Google. Play Espresso.
Dude, we're trying to record a podcast here.
They didn't hear me. No, but yeah, song of the year. As much as like this went on, like this songs for this were all really good. Besides for the winter run, Not Like Us, Meet the Grams, even Family Matters. Family Matters was really good, right?
Look at this Drake fan.
Yeah,
we did it.
I'll give him one song.
You
Yeah.
did it, Drake. You did it, Aubrey.
wait. There's no way you're calling him out.
You did it, Aubrey.
That's
Oh,
wild.
man.
All right, John, what would be the
A song of the year.
yeah?
Tennessee by Tyler Knapsack featuring Lil Nas X.
Okay.
Does it have to be new?
Song of the year.
I know. I'm saying the song had to be new. That's all.
2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I discovered it this year. And
Oh
so
my
far,
God!
I can't stop listening to
This
it.
old head over here.
Hey, I can't lie, but it's not even that old. It's was it 1982?
It's not even
That's old.
That's like 30 years old, bro.
No, that's the name of the
That's
song.
the name of the song.
That's
Oh,
it's a Mac Miller song.
Mac Miller and
Okay,
Kevin
now
Osborne.
I feel silly.
It's all good. All right, where we got caught off on the tangent.
We did all our singles, I believe. All that's
Yeah.
left for today is talk about Big Sean's.
Well,
Yes.
is your news story yet, or do you want to talk about your news story?
No, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, news that's it. Big Sean album. Well, let's talk about it.
I mean, Big Sean. I mean, there's a little backstory. Everyone's been talking about Big Sean releasing an album. Even he's talked about he feels he can. It's not our dogs. It's our neighbor's dogs. Do we wait?
I know. Yeah, like even if we can ignore it, like
I think sure.
I don't know. They do that often. I don't know why the hell they just start going off. Hey, it's cool. Calm down.
Yeah,
We're good.
Okay.
Outside. Thank you.
that was crazy.
That we're all good, buddies.
Okay. All right.
All right, when I reset back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
So Big Sean, he dropped an album after years of taking a break. Everyone's been waiting for it, highly anticipated. Big Sean is known for having some really good hits. He's done a couple of features. He did a song with Game. What was the name of the song? Oh, the one with Game.
Couldn't play.
It was a really good. It was it was the best song of Game's album. I forgot.
I know what I'm talking about.
Oh damn! But either way, we'll get whatever it is. It was a really good song. Sucks that I can't remember the name right now, but it was Game's best
I'll check for
album.
you, 'cause I know.
Yeah,
Whoa. Game's best album? You mean Game's best song?
Sorry, let me rephrase. It was the best song off of Game's latest
Yeah.
body of work. I don't even know if it was an album.
Oh, something.
I thought Game retired.
Game is
Or was
Okay.
he was in jail for something?
no, he's not in jail, but he's allegedly. I don't know.
Okay.
He's just got some things he's got some loose ends. Here's a news story for you.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting. So, a couple of years ago, when Game was hot and he was just coming onto the rap scene,
Sure.
he was on a reality TV show, and I think it was like Dating the Game, right?
Okay.
So he met a girl. She won the contest, and unfortunately, things happened that she didn't agree to. So basically, she filed a lawsuit against him, and she won. He lost,
Okay.
and he lost like $2.8 million. And this is like 10, 15 years ago. Fast forward to 2024, she still has not been paid, and the Game swears up and down that he's broke, that he has no money. And so he's released project after project. He's been in videos. He's hanging out with Aubrey. He's flexing. He's got the Rolls. He's got the Bentley. He's got the Hummers. He's living in Calabasas. So he's flexing. And he's about to drop the documentary part 3, like in the next couple of months. But she still hasn't been paid. So there's always like a news article kind of following this story saying, you know, this person, I don't know her name, but she's still trying to find a way to recoup some of the money.
I mean, at what point doesn't the bank just like repossess his assets and give her them those?
So
Like,
the asset. So what? And I'm alleging because I don't know the facts.
Oh.
I believe that everything that he owns is not in his name.
So is that
pretty
a
sure
legal loophole?
that is a very huge legal loophole. So like the house, the cars, everything is most likely in his mama's name, his daughter's name, his son's name, his brother's name, you know, and so therefore they can't seize those assets from those individuals.
That's pretty fucked up.
So, and they just this article, what I'm talking about, just literally resurfaced like last week because the lawyers are fighting, trying to find a way to recoup that money.
That's pretty fucked up.
Anyway.
I think I know that actually.
All right, moving along. So Big Sean finally dropped after years of, I'm not gonna say procrastinating, but you know, he's been with his baby mama, Janae. What's her last name?
Aiko.
There you go. So
Isn't that Aiko?
Aiko?
The famous singer?
A famous singer.
Yeah. They
It's
had
an amazing
they had
album.
a child together.
Yeah, she's great. She's good.
They did a joint album together.
Yeah, they fits.
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah, it's a good album.
So, but since that, I mean, everyone's been anticipating Big Sean to drop a project, and so we finally got it. And the album is called "Better You Than Me."
Yes.
Or Better Me Than You.
Better Me Than You.
Better Me Than You. And so we're here to talk about it.
We are going to talk about it. That's what we're here to do.
All right. So, what's your guys' thoughts on the album? Let's say, what do you guys think? Is it a banger? Is it a hit or miss? He should have stayed on hiatus.
Okay, let me start by saying Big Sean did not need to stay on hiatus. I'm glad that he dropped this. I am a fan of the album overall. I think I do have criticisms about the album. Specifically, I feel like my criticisms are mainly in the fact that I think the album gets a little bit stale. It's a long album. It's like 21 songs. So there's a lot to listen to. And I do think, unfortunately, a lot of the songs are more or less repackaging the same themes and concepts. I will say I appreciate Big Sean for being more mature and rapping the way I'd imagine a dad would rap on an album. You know, like he's not out here saying the dumb stuff he used to say, which I commend him for. But before we finish, But what I will say is, for as much as I love him for, being more mature and taking this album more seriously, he needs to go back on some bullshit for some of these songs. He needs to go back to some "I don't fuck with you," something like he needs that. I need not unfuck. I don't know.
We need those hood politics.
yeah, we need something like that. But overall, as I was thinking about it a little bit more, just for I think motivation and just like he talks about clarity a lot on the album, just like in the vein of trying to think about clarity and moving and living my own life intentionally, I like the album. And I think he's saying a lot of things that I resonate with.
Got you. I want to ask you something you said. You said he sounds like he raps the way you imagine a dad would rap. Right?
On this album, yeah.
Now, the reason why that stuck out to me, because I feel like on the show, on the season, we've listened to mostly dads.
To what?
Listen to mostly
Mostly
dads.
fathers.
Roger.
Eminem.
Kanye. Eminem.
And not Big Sean.
Drake.
And yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Lupe.
Okay, yeah. Lupe. Okay.
So they've all been dads rapping.
That's fair.
So when you say he raps like a match on a dad with rap, can you kind of a little bit more about that? Kind of like you just say it sounds more like mature. Or it sounds like something in particular.
Because well, I think he, there's a skit, a portion of the album where he references his son being 9 months old. So like he's a fresh dad. He's new to being a dad, and like I'd imagine that someone who's new to being a dad and is excited about it and is passionate about it, that's gonna bleed into their lyrics, and I think it bleeds into his lyrics on a lot of these songs.
What was the name of the video that released produced by Alchemist?
Together Forever.
Yeah, and so in the video, he actually the video is as if his son was looking up at him, right? It's like it's like third person where it's being recorded as if you're the kid calling around and looking up at dad. So what you're saying is definitely bleeding into his work.
And then I think to contrast this album with like his last albums, I think on his last albums there is a lot of like for lack of a better word, inappropriate or just harsh lyrics and songs that like I wouldn't play in a family setting. But like at least honestly for like even for his more explicit and mature lyrics on this album, they're very much toned down from what he used to say. And I think I do respect that about the album.
Gotcha.
I've always appreciated his lyrics, regardless of what song it is, his lyricism, because it's almost like it's almost like so simple that it makes you go, damn, I would have never thought of that. But the way there's like simple lyrics, but yet the concepts, or when you think about it, is complex. So it's almost like an oxymoron, but in a good way where, like I say, the lyrics are simple, but the way he intertwines his lyrics just makes it very dope.
It's very true. Historically, Big Sean has always been, in my opinion, a top tier lyricist. Even if it's early back as like 2015. It was like I've always been a big fan of Big Sean and his album and his work. And I think this album in particular, I would not say it's bad. Just to start there. I have a loaded sentence, I acknowledge, but I'm not gonna say it's bad. But I will say is that I think it's a project where I like individual songs on it more than the album as a whole. I think the album as a whole comes together feeling a little bit samey, a little bit safe, and a little bit unexciting. That was when everything is kind of put together. It's like when you combine enough spices together, if you don't do it right, you get something that you don't have to want to eat. And but when I take some of the songs and listen to them like one-offs, I'm like, oh, you know what, this ain't half bad. It's actually pretty good. Stuff like on and off, like Precision, like Forgiveness. There are songs on that I do really enjoy, and that clearly show that Big Sean, I would not say has lost his lyrical touch or anything like that, but maybe this album did not need 21 songs. Maybe he could have spent some more time and just narrowed down on maybe even like 13 songs that he would like to really get the message across.
That was
personally, it was all opinion based, right? But personally, I think Big Sean needs a new theme to work around. I think the theme of like prioritizing and focus and going for it has been something he's more or less talked about like since 2015. Like it's taking a new shape here. I acknowledge that. Like kind of as an evidence of maturity, the theme itself has not evolved to be more of hey, I'm making time for work versus hey, I'm just working all the time. But it's still kind of the same thing of putting work above everything else that he's been talking about for years now. And I commend that for sure. But when I listen to his past body of work and not just for this, I think for me, I don't feel like this new album thematically takes his work in a new direction. And I think that's the thing I was kind of excited for this new job of this, personally.
Do you feel like... Sorry. Do you feel like this album, he's... And like I feel like to say that on this album he's still talking about working and making time for work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is only a piece of the picture of what he's talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. He's something like fatherhood as well, for sure. And then kind of get into like how he's like building on notes for future generation for his son. I think that one song he taught that is about apparently it's about Kanye. That's a little bit different, right? That's just about like saying, hey, listen, I'm mature now. I've moved past you. That's your loss, and that's my style. That's right.
Oh yeah.
So I do think there are other themes on the album for sure. You're right, but I think for me, the songs I feel like it always comes back to like the through line of getting the work done to do X thing together. And like, I think part of the reason in his past albums, he's taken a kind of chosen one view of himself almost for like how important his work and his music and like his life is, right? He talks about how he feels like he's been reincarnated on the past album to get it right this time to be successful as he is. And that's all well and good. And I don't think this album is nearly as grandiose as that idea was, right? But at the same time, I don't think that that's an idea. That's an idea that needed as much exploring in this album. To compare it to like another album from another artist that I wouldn't cover on the show, Slim Shady 2, the new Eminem album, right? My problems with the album aside, I do acknowledge that Eminem was taking a new approach to a Slim Shady character, in that he was very directly, not quite subverting it and criticizing it and kind of breaking it down to why does it exist, why does it exist, and why we don't need it anymore. And that kind of informed the entire album to a point. And despite things about that album, that made for new fresh ideas, I would say. And I think this album could have benefited from taking more risks thematically in that way. But that's just
the one thing I'll say is that something that John mentioned many episodes ago, and he talked about artists putting out albums that are concise, not so much in quantity, but more of quality. And so, with this album for Big Sean, in a nutshell, and this is gonna sound harsher than it actually is, but to me, the album almost sounds a little lazy. Like I guess my expectations of Big Sean are high, and I feel like this is just like mid-work for him. I think there's a couple of songs that could have been left off. I do appreciate Precision. I think that was the best song of the album. But I feel overall that the general consensus for me, in my opinion, is that the album just feels a little lazy. Like I feel like he just put it out because people have been waiting for him to put something out, rather than solidifying some better tracks, trying something different. You know, touch on some different subjects. I love the fact he's talking about parenthood and fatherhood, because I'm always talking about that, and I always appreciate when men share their experiences and just promote that. But other than that, though, I just feel like the album is just a little bit on the lazy side. I just expect more from Big Sean.
And you know what, too? I'm being nice to Big Sean right now, but actually thinking about it more, I know he can do better. Because you know what? I have heard no more interviews. I've heard I Don't Fuck With You. I've heard Control. Like, I know he can put out some sick verses of some sick songs. And I couldn't tell you a song on this album that reaches any of those heights or any of those songs I just said. Right? Like, I would decide to press play and hear a song as hype as No More Interviews or something like that. And it never came on.
Right.
21 songs didn't come on, right?
Yeah.
So clearly something was missing in this album's construction that we didn't get that kind of fire from them. I don't know.
Like when I heard Precision the first time, I heard Precision a few months ago. It's not like I don't know about you guys, but I heard Precision, I would say, a couple months ago, and I thought like, oh, this is a nice track. I'm happy to see Big Sean back on the scene. But now that I have the album, that's the best song on the album. I'm like, I could have, it could have been better.
It's a good song. It should not have been the album's headliner.
I mean, it should have been. like, hey, here's something, you know, the album is coming, I'm putting this out, and then like, oh, cool, you know, Big Sean's got some work coming. This is a cool song, and get me through until he actually drops. But then when he actually dropped, it's like, oh, that was the best song. Like,
I see you motion towards me.
I'm not gonna lie. I recognize that, so I want to give you room to chime in.
to express yourself.
I think so. I feel like this is tough because I agree with everything. I think I agree with for the most part everything you guys are saying for the most part.
Yeah.
Like I said, the album does get stale, and like these aren't for him. These aren't really. Most of the themes aren't new. That being said, I think the big picture of what he was going for on this album, I do appreciate because I don't think it's about just like I don't think it's about just working hard. I don't think it's about just believing in yourself. I don't think it's just about, you know, having good morals, and I don't think it's about planting seeds for the future. I think it's about recognizing that life itself is valuable and him having the clarity to see that life is valuable. In order for me to have, you only get one shot at this, and like everything you do can contribute to you having the best life possible. And I think that like when he talks about having that clarity and that focus, it's because he realizes that every step that he takes can shape a better life for himself, and by extension, his family, his kids, and people around him. And I think that is a really valuable insight. Just the idea that like you mold the life that you have to a certain extent. There's something you can't control, but you do mold the life that you have to a certain extent. And you know, being happy with what you have and striving to create a happier life for yourself and those around you is something that I really appreciate about this album. Sure. So while like it does get stale, I do think I see that he's not talking about these specific things. He's talking about like holistically, you know, I'm living my life this way now because I want to have the best life possible for myself and for those around me.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. So what would be, should we grade it? Are we ready to grade it?
I think we've done some of the songs.
Yeah,
because I think like some of the songs are better than others. Like I said, I like these songs individually rather than that shot itself.
Okay.
For instance, I'm gonna cut here while I push up my phone. The only one to add to my actual playlist though was the Precision, to be clear.
I mean, when I go through this track list and I listen to the album, because I've listened to a lot of times.
Yeah.
While the album's stale, like I didn't find myself skipping songs, even when I had multiple listens. Like it's one of those weird things where it's like on a scale from I'll say 1 to 10. If 7 is like your, you know, a song has to be at least a 7 for me to listen to all the way through. I think most of the songs are 7s. Where it's like they're not doing anything. They're not like changing the game, but like I wouldn't skip them. They're fine. They're solid, and that's why I feel like I really enjoy this. That's why I feel like it's like kind of a positive aspect of this album is that like there isn't. I don't think there is really any song on this album. For example, I'm gonna throw Chance under the bus right now.
Not the Chance.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I hear "Hot Shower" with "Made in Tokyo" on it, I'm like, bro, this is some hot garbage. Like, I don't know how this made the cut. I don't know what you were doing, Chance. This is why you're getting clowned for the rest of your career. There's not a song that bad on this album. You know, there was a terrible song on the Eminem album. I can't think of. I think it was,
there was.
That one dance track.
Oh my God, Houdini?
No.
I remember that.
You know, yeah.
Yes, we agree that album.
This album doesn't have.
Also, I mean, Grippy.
This album for me doesn't have any low quality songs. We're just all sitting here saying, damn, Big Sean didn't hit the high levels that he can hit on these tracks, but he didn't hit a low level. And like I think that plus the theme being a theme that I appreciate is why I'm able to just generally like this album.
I can't wait to play photographs.
Fair enough.
That's super fair. And part of my bias rate, to be clear, is that I've listened to past Big Sean albums in terms of my life where I needed myself that fire, focus, motivation, and this album's like really provided me with this. They had songs that were fast paced that really like got you going, and that really reflected the mindset that, at least for time, I related to it. Whereas this album, I find it hard to. I feel like the emotional resonance is not very there for much for me. This album for me doesn't really move me in an emotionally in a strong way. There's songs like Precision, Apologize. On Up, I do like On Up.
Get on up.
So like there are songs I like to be sure with Sean. There are songs I like, okay? I'm not clowning you like Billboard. You know, we're good.
You just said it because it's black.
That is true. Post Malone, we gotta talk.
Oh my god.
What are you saying?
You were saying this that you don't mostly resonate with this album.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that was basically it. That like his past stuff, the most emotionally resonated with a lot. This album, like, so.
But I think, I mean,
Part of that he's he's a father now. He's in a different stage of life now, right? So he's trying to start looking at different things and making music for a different reason than he was back in like 2015.
yeah.
So that makes sense. But I like for me, the direction he went for me just didn't end up heading so well.
You know,
But like,
go ahead.
I guess just to try to counter example though, that was an album that had a different emotional like goal and journey than I thought it would, and I liked it a lot. Bando.
Yes.
Bando had basically like a different emotional kind of through line than I really thought I was going to. Both about relationships, about like what it means to be an artist, about nature, weirdly, right? Some of that's what's connect. And that, I would say emotionally, that journey that album actually really subtle, or really noticeable. Whereas this album just did this album. So I think I keep talking about it. And I think it's just, for me, songs are great as a project as a whole, cohesively. It's kind of mid for me.
What I was gonna say, after thinking about it, is not that I know I said it sounds like he's lazy, but in retrospect, I think now I feel he'd rather spend time with his son and his with his girl rather than put out music. That's the vibe I get. It's like I think like he just put this album out either because he's obligated to by contract, and so he put out the music that he put out an album, decent album, right? Like there's no horrible tracks on it. The best tracks are Precision and the other songs that you mentioned. But now that we talk about it, the vibe I get after thinking about it is more of, man, I really got to put out this album. And so we put out an album with some decent tracks, and that's it. But I don't think he's like thinking, I'm gonna go on a worldwide tour with this album.
Right. That's fair. I get you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I'm just putting this album out. So
like no one's going to a Big Sean concert for this album, I think.
right. So
Yo.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen a Big Sean concert yet. So I go
Okay.
for that.
See, like, yeah.
Yeah, I go for that. I go for that reason, I guess.
Because you don't open that tonight, he'll be playing something.
No, I didn't say that. I said all that. I imagine, Father, hearing you say that made me think about like when we were younger and you go on vacation from work and then get to go back to work. I kind of feel like that's where he's at. He's like, you know, I spend all this time with my family and my kids, living my best life.
Yeah,
I gotta put this damn album out. Like,
the stocking show.
yeah, like, you know, you have to take time away from what he really cares about to go do this.
yeah, because I think his perspective has changed.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that's now we've talked about it. I said that's the insight that I feel is like he had to put this album out because obviously he's signed to record label.
Yeah.
He's got to meet that obligation. But I think he's put it out, shoot a video, make a couple appearances, but he'd rather be home playing with his son and spending quality time. So and that's what he talks about the most on his album. So it all kind of ties in.
So before we give the album a rating, I think we've talked about this album generally enough. I want to at least put some time talking about specifics about some of these songs. Are there any songs to you guys that stood out specifically? I know Father. Go ahead, Jermaine.
You mentioned big moments, and one comes to mind. That's Skip.
Which one?
This one where the guy calls him and he's like, "Hey, man."
Focus. Yeah.
So that so I'm thinking about that good stuff to you in albums as a whole context. But I had a hard time figuring out what it was. I don't know if you guys had any reaction to that. That's good, actually.
Like why it stands out.
Yeah, I really could not have a place like I heard it and I was kind of like, huh, this is important for some reason I can't quite describe. I'm gonna put a pin in it. But I don't know.
Pause for 1 second. Hey, stop.
That worked.
Hey.
Continue.
I think that skit, if I had to, because I mean, I think it was a cool skit. It didn't stand out that much to me, other than the fact that I've heard it multiple times, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If I had to label the importance or the significance of it, I'd really draw back to kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of this conversation, which is on previous albums, there were themes about going and getting women and partying with women, and he's over that. He's past that. He's so past that now. Yeah, that is not even, a goal of his. Go ahead.
I know what you said. Let me ready for this. It is the combination of that skit and the song "Apologize" together.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And those two guys made me be like, oh, so Big Sean was really, like to me, because I know it's about Kanye, right? But to me, I was like, oh, Big Sean really ain't fucking with his old crew anymore. Big Sean's really like moved past them and like at his maturity.
He really has.
And he's used that fact to make it into a song.
Yeah.
And I think that is, I mean, it's not saying a bad choice, right? But I think it's definitely effective. They made me think a lot. Like, I think to apologize after a skit, I definitely, so most of my time, I spent kind of contemplating, thinking about like, oh, what is that like kind of co-music relationships that started pretty positively and realized that y'all aren't cool anymore, that, you know, that you basically like things can't be a thing anymore. As I get the older I get, the more friends I fucking have follow with it, rather just like, I'm not gonna be around. Songs like this, listen to it, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's real, like that I understand. And it kind of had me just reflect on my own life relationships in an interesting way, and how they're both similar and different to how Big Sean describes them in this combination of those two pieces.
Okay.
So I thought that was to me pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Father, just precision for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just from day one that I heard it, I was just kind of elated and excited to, hear him put something out that I could vibe to. And I always felt that he is a talented MC, and I just love his rhyme skill. There's just something about the simplicity and the way he arranges words and syllables to make it sound complex, but it's actually all very simple.
Plus, on that fatherhood theme, PTA. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, he's going to the PTA. He's like, important. He's like, getting ready for Father's Day and shit, man.
Did he mention PTA? I missed that.
Precision has the whole, you can say, it's like, da PTA, but da PTA, you know?
Did he mention PTA?
I'm just going to tell something right now. I'm like, what do you mean? Hold on. I'll make sure that I'm not tripping here. I don't think I am. So I'm kind of sitting there.
Hey.
Shooting my shot like pew pew
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
He does not say PTA. He says shooting my shot like pew pew A. Shooting my shot like pew pew A. Precision. He can aim. Pew
I thought you were saying
shooting
PTA.
my shot like pew pew A. It's called precision because he can shoot a shot.
Shooting a shot like PTA.
Why would PTA shoot shots?
I don't think to know how rap brands work. The lyrical melodies, the knots they're tying, the Gordian tangles they're creating.
You're telling me that you mishear lyrics and then you're a Kendrick Lamar fan? What is it about Kendrick Lamar songs you like? That's not the beats.
What do you mean? It's not the beats, man. Yo, what is that about? Get mustard in here immediately. Did you not hear Untitled on what's it called? Fucking Untitled. It's had that.
I'm here talking about Big Sean. So anyway,
you brought
to get back to the actual point of the podcast. Some of the moments on the album that I think stand out. I think there are multiple moments on this album that really do stand out to me personally because it's a good album.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'm being rude.
Yeah, there you are.
I acknowledge it. I apologize.
You should.
I do.
I'm glad.
You want to keep wondering?
Anyways, so I feel like there are a lot of moments of this album that stand out to me. I'm gonna try to run through the ones that I can get on top of my head. First off, at this moment, at this second, right before we started recording, On Up came, the song where it's, you gotta get on up, that is stuck in my head right now. So I cannot. I have to talk about that because that is just stuck in my head. I like the beat for that song. I think the beat's super chill and really nice. I think the choir singing is really dope. And then Big Sean's always spitting really well. So that song is a song that I think stands out. And it was one of the singles, so I think he knew what he was doing with that one. Next song is "Who You Are, Superstar." I don't know what it is about that song that I cannot get it out of my head. I feel like whenever that song, because if I'm being honest, when I hear that song, I always think that I don't like it, and then I let it play all the way through, and then I put it back on. But I think I don't like it, but then I keep listening to it.
I do have that same feeling, actually.
Right? Like, I cannot tell you what is with the song that I like, but I keep listening to it. So, I like the music video is super dope. RDC's in there. RDC, shout out to RDC.
Hey, shout out to RDC for making it big. Good job to you guys.
Yeah, shout out to RDC for being in that video, making it big. It's a good video. I have to go back and rewatch that. But yeah, that song's in my playlist right now. And then the last song that I have to point out is "This and That" with Bryson Tiller and I'm gonna just say, unfortunately, Kodak Black. I'd really rather not be a Kodak Black
I'd
feature.
rather Kodak Black not be on top.
Morality aside, I hate his verse. He comes on and starts mumbling. I don't think he fits the song very well, but
Yes.
but Big Sean and Bryson Tiller doing their thing is super dope. I really love the hook. I can't remember the exact lyric of the song, but it's me and my homie said we don't make it, we can't come back, and we always came back, and I think that's like super dope. Like that is that sometimes that's the energy that you need.
We should try to get some kind of poll out there to get Kodak Black off and get Vince Staples on there. Or something.
We're gonna poll this up back in jail or something. Like, what's going on?
But aside from those 3 tracks, I'm gonna take a look at the track list real quick just to make sure I'm not saying anything. Oh, Yes. I like Yes a lot. Yes was the song I was talking about just last week that I saw a teaser for it, and I thought it was super dope, and it wasn't out yet. I like the way he uses his vocals in that song. He does that thing that he did on Dark Sky Paradise where he pitches up and pitches down his voice as he's rapping. Yeah. And I think that works out really well on Yes. So like, as you can tell, I'm talking about this album, there are a lot of songs that are just like mid-7, just like relatively stale but okay songs. But for me, this album does have its moments that I keep coming back to it, and I enjoyed listening to this album multiple times in preparation for the review.
Also, Typecast.
Typecast is cool. I think Typecast, I saw some people say this, and I kind of agree. Typecast sounds better than it actually is because it's so early in the album.
You know what? You're right.
If that's the 18th song, you're like, damn, I heard this song 17 times already.
Because you know what? I heard that song a lot to be really good, and then I think I was like, oh.
That's like the second song album. So you're the intro, you're like, all right, that's Big Sean. Then you're Typecast, you're like, yeah, Typecast, let's go. And then the third song is just like Typecast again. And you're like, okay. Oh, Break the Cycle. Break the Cycle is also good. So see what I'm saying? Like when you break down, like, this is actually a really good album.
That's what I'm saying. Like, individually, they're good songs, but just all together, it's kind of bad.
I think
maybe over time that it grows.
I think it will. I think it's a shame that the sales are so low, but I do think this is the album that like continue to impress people over time.
And that's it. Actually, you mentioned intros. It's on the album doesn't have intro. It's just there.
It exists.
I'm
not a fan of it.
I think I'm not a fan because a lot of his other intros I like a lot more.
Yeah, the one with the train guy.
Dude, that intro is crazy.
That intro's in my head forever.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah. That intro. Okay, sorry. That album is actually so good. Real quick, that album, 9 out of 10.
That album is.
That album's such a.
I don't know which one is that. That's not Dark Sky. No, don't look it up. Okay. It's not Dark Sky. Is that the second Nothing Stopping You?
No, that
no.
Oh, I know. Everywhere.
I know what it is. It's the one with Migos on it, and halfway off the balcony.
Yep.
What is it? I Decided.
There you go. You got it.
There you go.
I Decided it's easy enough for me. Not album. Like, that album is so good for me.
I think I Decided for me just has moments. I think you know what? I think if we were to have to listen to every single song on the album, I'd probably listen to this album first.
You think this album is better than I Decided?
I think I Decided has higher highs, but not. I think I Decided also will have lower lows.
Respectfully, I disagree. I mean respectfully so genuinely.
The most genuine respect you can give me right now.
I Decided to me is like there's only one song that I don't like. It's the one I'm really weird about. I mean, it's something about the Sleeping Woman, right?
That's part of the course of Big Sean, yeah.
Yeah, but like I think the hits, like how far the thoughts of Docu
Bounce Back is on that one.
Women have not Bounce Back. There's a lot of hits on that album, and like to me, between that and Dark Paradise, somewhere is the prime Big Sean for me. Like between those two extremes.
I think, and I just think this album needed like a hit, like because you know you can go through Big Sean's discography. You got My Last, then you got Dance, then you got I Don't Fuck With You, then you got Beware, then you got Bounce Back, and then you know you make it here and you're like,
see,
precision. You know,
there you go. I think you just pretty much summarized.
But that's the only problem I have with this album, is that it doesn't have that. It doesn't have like a super high.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, it smells around, and you're like, it's no something like love hate, for which I think other albums has been the case, right?
Yeah,
that kind of speaks
there are definitely songs on other albums that I could sit here and tell you how bad they are.
You remember that punch that would happen with the pant, like dance.
That was Dance.
The Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Nicki Minaj. Was it Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Was it the one where we all heard the piano sound and we couldn't get out of our heads? So
No. That's the different.
That's a whole different artist.
Yes.
I thought you were saying.
No, I was sorry. I was just meaning like there are definitely other songs like that song.
Got it.
This album, not a song I think it's bad.
You're talking Russ Kingpin.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, Russ Kingpin.
Oh, Blessings with Drake and the Kanye West version. All Your Fault. That's in Dark Sky. Yeah. Yeah, this album doesn't have the highs that the other albums have.
There's a reason I was excited for this album.
Yeah, we all were back.
Right?
Well, like Father said, he was focused on trying to get back to his kid, and I respect that.
We're supposed to rate this album out of 5, which was hard for this one.
Okay, but let's do it anyways.
Okay.
I mean, you gave Eminem a 4.
No, I didn't.
I give him. I gave him.
I gave him, I think, 3.
I regret.
You talked to
Sorry, Eminem. Sorry, Eminem.
You talked to him about a 2 to a 3.
And I think to a certain extent, as I'm gonna call myself a music reviewer.
Sure.
As a music reviewer, I appreciate the fact that I gave Eminem like a fair shot.
Yeah,
that day, I really listened to his album. And I tried to understand his message. But when I look back on my review, the number I ultimately gave it makes it hard for me to rate other albums because I gave it that number. Because while I appreciated the concept, I think sonically I wouldn't have rated it so high if it wasn't such a solid concept. So maybe that's actually fair. This album doesn't have a good concept. It has a concept, another good song. Yeah, I forgot what the other single on that album was. This album doesn't have the highs, which does make it hard because it's not bad. And honestly, for me,
1 to 5.
Because there's no song that I really dislike. I can give it a 4.2.
Here we go.
So generous. That's so generous.
Here we
I don't
go.
think it is, because I enjoyed listening to this album more than I enjoy listening to Eminem's album.
Do you do that we're listening to Logic stuff? You gave Logic, I think, a 4.
Hey,
You give Logic a 4?
Right? Or
I like it at 4.5.
Oh, then I'm missing. I did give him a 4.
If hopefully I gave Logic a 4.5, and then I feel comfortable giving this like a 4.25, and Eminem can stay at 4, and everyone's happy, and I just give out good ratings apparently. So there you go. If you want a good rating, send your album my way. I'm gonna hook you up.
At the end of the season, we'll do our tier list, and we'll go back.
I'm the teacher who tried to give everybody an A. Like, look, he tried. He spelled the words right. Like, you know, he did his thing.
But you're the guy that's like, hey, that had too many songs. It's a 2.
Yeah, I am, exactly. And it's a problem. But you know what? As the more we talk about music and albums, I realize that I really don't want to give artists a negative score because of an industry standard at the moment.
What is the industry standard?
Long albums, because they get more streams, which pays some more album sales.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good point.
Stick to the.
Because like we said, like 20 streams is like one album sale. So if you put out a 10-song album, you have to do your album twice to get one album sale. Put out a 20-song album. If we all just do it one time for reviewing it, you get an album sale.
There you go.
So.
And those are numbers.
We're back to numbers. Always back to fucking numbers. Billboard, I'm watching you.
What are you guys' ratings? I gave it 4.25.
Which is what in honor of me loving I Decided so much, I won't go towards it 2.
You would give it a 2?
Unfair. Feels unfair.
In a vacuum, this album's a 2? Okay.
That's unfair.
Well, then, because the way you opened it, it made it sound like, well, I like I Decided so much, so I won't give it a 2. That makes it sound like you give it a 2.
No, that's fair, but we just made me rethink what I was about to say.
Okay.
Like, you know what? I'm tripping actually.
Go ahead.
But I don't like it more than the Logic album.
Fair.
I don't like it more. Personally, I don't like it more than the Lupe album.
Oh, that's it.
Disagree on that, but whatever. You're both wrong. I don't like it more than the Drake Scraps
Oh, there's
Wait, hold on. You
Sorry,
don't
I do.
like
I
it more
do.
than the Drake
I
rap?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. Let's just jump into my show. For sure, better than Vultures.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a good like analog for it in my head. It's probably in between Eminem's album and Logic's album for me.
In between those two. I think that's a respectable spot for it.
Which I think puts it like a basically at 3.5 as well, actually.
a 3.25.
A 3.5.
I'm sorry,
3.5.
3.5.
Which puts it at the, for me, the same score as Eminem's album.
You want to give it a little bit higher?
3.7. I'll give it 3.7.
Eminem's album has some lows. Some real
does
low
have
lows.
some-
I remember saying that,
fucking
but you guys thought anyway.
No, I mean, hey, opinions change over time. It does have some super lows.
But we're not here to talk about Eminem.
Exactly.
It's all about Big Sean.
I mean, if it's all about a Big Sean.
The other Detroit rapper.
You know what? 3.7. I'll take it back. 3.7.
I'm a 3.7 guy too.
You keep talking me up from my scores.
Me?
You know, yeah. You know that?
I just bring good energy wherever I go.
I got to break you down, man.
I don't know.
I do consider that if you give Big Sean a 4 for this, his future albums are all going to be the same quality.
You know, I think I can talk up any album. And, you know, if we put on Brat right now, we'd all give it 5s. I'm sitting here, we're all give it 5. We're all going to give it 5.
What if we put on the new Chance album?
We should do a live.
Is it out?
I don't know. Drop tonight. I gotta go.
Oh, it's Thursday.
Is it album music drop while we're sitting here talking?
Hey, listen, if Chance drops right now, just hang out.
Let's hang out and do a live reaction to Chance.
Okay, fine. Father, what's your score now?
Yeah,
I said 3.7.
3.7 probably.
Yeah, I'm 3.7.
So, okay, maybe just
I mean,
anything's fucking math now. 3.7 plus 3.7.
That could be irrelevant.
That's
Say
74
3.5.
plus.
I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Huh?
I can say a 3.5. I
No,
wouldn't feel bad.
you're fine. No, don't worry about it. 7.9 divided by 3.
I'm round up. It's a 12 on average. That's rounding up that.
Oh, so
11.5 is the most accurate thing.
So you're saying it's a 4?
divided by 3, yeah, so it's a 4.
That's what you're trying to get at by rounding
I
up.
mean, if you want to go with 11.5, you can, but that's a little awkward of a number.
No,
you divide it by 3.
Divide by 3, so there's 3 of us. You're taking the average of our scores.
So if you do 12, it's
3.8, so 4. The actual 3.8 is essentially a 4. 3.85, that's a 4.
Yeah, wait, no.
3.85 is a 4, guys.
It's a 3.8.
A 3.85 is a 4. Well, everything Pitchfork give it out with 3.8.
It's a 3.9 at best.
When do we start grading on the curve? You know?
No. I'll give it a 3.9 for the best if you want.
I think
about 3.7.
I think it's a 4.
The difference between a 3 and a 4 should be respected, right?
The difference between a 3 and a 4 is super respected.
It's a good album. It's not a 4.
Yeah,
our score put it pretty close to a 4.
I mean, but it's not a 4.
I think we're pretty close to a 4.
Our score did not put it at a 4, to be clear, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, don't mind me. I'm just looking to see what new albums drop tonight.
Okay.
But
yeah, I think
LL Cool J dropped tonight.
Yo,
LL Cool J
drop everything. Put on the Cool J.
LL Cool J dropped the Force.
Yeah.
Looking at the final
I think it's
thoughts.
coming out tonight.
These two Cool J's and the little, but listen to LL Cool J here live.
LL Cool J.
Alright, but that's it for us here at Final
That is it for
Thoughts.
us today.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
We appreciate
Check
it.
us out at CrossFitterLA.com
Do
for
it.
this merch, news, episodes, and pop-ups that we're going to be at, such as the pop-up at.
That's pop-up at the Enclave in Torrance, and that will be on September 27th.
That's right, check us out. Let's say you watch the show. Let's do what you think of our opinions, including the fact that, you know, this is a 3.8. Billboard, you know, the nice. And we should listen to Sabrina Harper's new album. Let us know about all those in your own opinions.
Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty and Pharrell Williams dropped the song tonight. It's gonna be a banger. I already feel it.
And check us out next time for opinions on that song here on Vinyl Thoughts. I've been Jeremiah, that's been Father, and that's been John, and we'll catch you later.
Peace.
Vinyl Thoughts. There's no Vinyl Thoughts jingle, man.
Oh, man. All right.